This might be one of the most obvious signs that the Canadian economy is in a lot more trouble than we thought.
The sad reality is the economy is going to work less efficiently. There's going to be less income, so there's going to be less consumption. The economy will be on a permanently lower path.
Just under 1/3 say their finances are in a constant state of chaos.
It's gone downhill in the last 10 years, the quality of life.
We won't transform our economy. It will take sacrifices.
You need to see what just happened on November 6th. Canada's federal government just tabled a $78 billion deficit. It's the largest non-pandemic shortfall in Canadian history. And here's what that actually means. Every Canadian just inherited about $1,100 in new federal debt. That's your emergency fund, your Christmas budget, your safety net gone in one announcement. But here's the part that makes zero sense. Even with cuts, they're still promising to unlock over $1 trillion in investment commitments over the next decade. Money they don't have and can't clearly account for. That's like cutting your grocery budget by 10%, then promising to buy a yacht with money you haven't earned from a bank you can't name.
Today, the Liberals have introduced the most costly and largest budget deficit in history outside of COVID.
And if this budget fails a confidence vote in the coming weeks, this isn't a plan anymore. It's a crisis, and you're the one paying for it. If this plays out like 1995, when Canada's last deficit crisis triggered deep spending cuts and a decade of austerity, there's no going back. Because in the Golden Horseshoe, this hits first. Southern Ontario real estate is ground zero. Protect your equity now. Download my Smart Seller Playbook. It's free. In the next 90 seconds, I'll show you why your equity's already at risk. When that $78 billion deficit was announced, there was no panic, no urgency, just calm, like it was normal. But here's the truth. Canada's economy grew less than 1% last quarter, and Ottawa is spending far more than it's taking in by design. That's like losing hours at work, then charging your groceries, your bills, and your vacation to your credit card while calling it an investment. In 1995, that mindset forced Ottawa to slam on the brakes. Healthcare and education transfers were cut. Costs were downloaded onto provinces, and between 1989 and 1996, Ontario home prices fell roughly 25%. That's the playbook repeating now. If your home's worth $800,000, a 25% drop wipes out $200,000 in equity. Gone. That's your retirement cushion, your backup plan, erased. Not because of a crash, but because Ottawa lost control of the math. And the scariest part is this, that $78 billion deficit isn't a typo. It's the biggest non-pandemic shortfall ever recorded. Back in 2008, Canada ran a $55 billion deficit. During the pandemic, over $300 billion. Those had emergencies. This doesn't. No global crisis, just spending like the world's on fire. So where's the money going? Housing, the thing people actually need, gets about $25 billion over 5 years. That's $5 billion a year to close a 3.5 million home gap. Defense gets about $30 billion over 10 years. Old age security goes up $28 billion by 2029. That increase alone is larger than the entire new housing budget. And here's the kicker. It's not targeted. It goes to every Canadian over 65, rich or not. Millionaires with paid off homes get the same checks as seniors choosing between groceries and prescriptions. And you're paying for both. So while the government claims it's investing in the future, it's really doubling down on the past. And the people footing the bill are the ones still trying to buy or keep a home today. Are you starting to see why this doesn't add up? Stay with me for 90 seconds because this is exactly how confidence collapses. When things break at the top, they roll downhill to your property tax, your groceries, and the offer you never get on your home. It's not just numbers, it's leverage, and it's slipping away from you right now. And look, I know some of you are thinking, Mike, you're being dramatic. The government always spends. Cutting 40,000 jobs is a good start, but pairing that with $1 trillion spending spree, that's like canceling Netflix to save money. Then buying a Lambo on credit. You need to understand how fast this unfolds. Because once the panic headlines start, it's already too late. Let's talk about the 3 signs they know what's coming. Number 1, they're not spending like a stable government. That $78 billion deficit isn't stimulus. It's a cash cannon aimed at voter blocks. They announced $115 billion in infrastructure over 10 years. That's about $11 billion a year. That's less than 1 year of old age security increases. And yet it's being sold as a housing fix. That's not policy, that's positioning. The money won't reach communities until after the next election. But the headlines hit now. Number 2, tension is rising inside the Liberal caucus. With a minority and about 157 seats, they rely on the NDP for survival. One missed flight or one defection could collapse the government. And when that happens, there's no long campaign. No time for debates, just chaos. Number 3, they've stopped pretending to care about the deficit. Back in 2022, they promised balance by 2027. Now, the word balance doesn't even appear in the budget. It's all strategic debt and productive deficits. That's not budgeting, that's branding. Because if you say strategic enough times, you can sell anything. You can cut 40,000 jobs and still call it growth. You can hold immigration flat while promising more housing. You can hand out rebates while the cost of living climbs. But eventually the numbers win. And when that happens, it's not the government that pays, it's the homeowner. Because none of this ends at Parliament Hill. It rolls downhill. We've seen this before. In 1995, the same warning signs appeared. Last-minute funding promises, cabinet shuffles, backroom panic. And Ontario home prices fell more than 25% from their peak, not because of a crash, but because confidence evaporated. And this is where it gets personal. If you hold a variable rate mortgage, you're already paying about $2,000 more per year than in 2022. Add higher property taxes, add grocery inflation, add a 25% equity loss on a $600,000 home. That's $150,000 gone. How much is your equity worth to you? Because that's what's on the line. You can't time this. You can only prepare. That's why I built the free Smart Seller Playbook. Click the link in the description. It's free, takes 2 minutes, and shows the 3 moves sellers are using to protect their equity. Get it now while it's still relevant. Because in 2 months, you might wish you had. This isn't coming. It's already here. Look, I know this sounds heavy. You clicked for budget analysis, not a real estate crisis breakdown. But these aren't predictions. They're already happening. And the only thing worse than knowing what's coming is being the last person to figure it out. So let's finish strong, because red flag number 4 is the one that forces panic. Number 1, listings are rising, but offers are collapsing. In Southern Ontario, listings are up 20% since spring. Buyers down 25%. That's a standoff. And standoffs end when sellers blink first. That's when the price cuts start. Red flag number 2. Appraisals are falling faster than asking prices. Even with offers, banks aren't agreeing on value. Appraisals are coming in 10 to 20,000 short. That's lenders bracing for impact. Red flag number 3. Conditional offers are back and they're brutal. Buyers are using inspection and financing clauses to walk away at the last second. They're submitting offers, then shopping other properties while your house sits in limbo. Red flag number 4. Renewals are triggering forced listings. If you bought or refinanced between 2020 and 2022, your payment could jump $800 to $1,200 a month. That's not speculation. That's Bank of Canada data. Many can't absorb that shock. They're listing because they have to. And red flag number 5. Open houses are full, but buyers are silent. Attendance is up, activity's flat, buyers smell blood. They know the power's shifting, they're waiting for desperation. So here's what this means for you. If your home's worth $600,000 and prices drop 15%, that's $90,000 gone. Not because you made a bad decision, but because you waited for certainty that never came. Are you willing to gamble your equity on timing? Because the market doesn't reward hesitation. It rewards preparation. If you're in Southern Ontario, move strategically. Click the Smart Seller Playbook in the description right now. It's free. It takes 2 minutes and it shows you the exact 3 moves to protect your equity. Get it now while you still have options. And if this helped you see what's really coming, hit the like button so it reaches more homeowners before it's too late. Drop a comment if you're seeing slowdown signs where you live. I'll be in the replies all week. I'll see you in the next one.